or savory foods. I have a penchant for sweet caramelized puff pastry. I just love it. And kind of press it in with your rolling pin. What I want to get is a 16.5 by 12.5 inch piece of dough. This can be turned over. You can use that method of rolling of pastry on your pin and then just reversing it. Sugar side down now on your counter. You have to work fast, so I want to make sure that I work quickly and keep the pastry cold. So that looks like plenty of sugar. Again, roll the sugar in. There, that looks exactly what we're looking for. I'm using a pastry wheel, and I am using a ruler. Just cut off that crooked edge. I'm going to cut a 1 1/4 inch piece off these edges. What I'm doing is just making strips that are going to be applied to the outside of the tart. You'll see. And so now, brush these strips with some egg wash and apply to our tart's edge. Match up the edges. So you see now it's a double height of puff pastry, and that will give you a very beautiful edge. And now we'll put the ends on, and these crisscross over the edges. So you can see you're getting a very nice raised edge tart base. Cut off the excess. That looks good. Chill it for about 15 minutes, and then we will score the edges. I'll show you how. So I've chilled this. It's nice and firm. Now for the scoring. So use a paring knife or a very sharp small knife, and every 1/2 inch or so, cut through the top few layers of your crust. We're going to fill the inside. And then you could put a nice X in the corner, like that. So they'll be kind of pretty like that, I think. A nice X marks the spot. And when I finish this, I'm going to be docking the bottom. Docking is using tines of a fork to mark the whole bottom so that it all rises evenly and doesn't surge up in a great big bubble. There are docking tools that you can buy, but I find that the fork method works well. Now make sure that your oven is preheated to 400 degrees. After all of this cutting and docking, we're going to put it back into the freezer for 15 minutes more. Now it's been chilled 15 minutes in the freezer. Put a metal baking rack right over the entire thing so that when it rises, it will stay at an even height. Bake until puffy and beginning to brown, which takes 20 minutes. Now it's been 20 minutes. We're putting it right back in. All I want to do is take this rack away. So the center is the same height as the sides. Now the sides will rise. Stays in here for another 15, maybe 20 minutes, but set your timer. So the tart shell looks amazing. It is the perfect base for our raspberry mascarpone tart. Now for the filling, very easy. Whisk 1 cup of mascarpone cheese. It's a triple creme Italian soft cheese. And we'll add to that cream about 1 teaspoon of freshly grated lemon zest. And the colder your lemons, the easier they zest. Did you know that? And just put that right into your cream. Also the seeds of 1 Madagascar vanilla bean. Just scrape along the cut edge, and millions and millions of little vanilla bean seeds are right here. And I'll scrape that off on the beater. And then add 1/3 cup of sugar. And then 1 cup of heavy cream. This will take about 2 minutes to form stiff peaks. And now spread the filling evenly on the center of your lovely tart shell. And this should be done as close to serving time as possible. Apply your raspberries. Put them really close together. line them up. You don't have to really push them down too much. They'll stick. And you want the rows to be as straight as possible. If you're going to display it as a special dessert for a dinner party, you'll certainly want to make it the most beautiful you can. And there you have a lovely mascarpone raspberry tart. Let it chill in the refrigerator for at least 30 minutes before serving.